Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of LeetCode with me, and in today's problem we are going to solve plus one problem. So let us understand what this problem is. Um, First of all, we are given a large integer which is represented by an integer array digits. So the integer is represented in the form of an array whose name is digit, and each digit represents the number in that position, right? And the digits are ordered from most significant to least significant in left to right order, and the large integer does not contain any leading zeros. Now let us understand through an example, because this is a little confusing. So if you look at our example, here is the input, which is digits, which has 1, 2 and 3 as its number. So here this array is representing the integer 1, 2, 3 as it is written here, right? So what we have to do is we have to increment the number at one's position by 1 and return the remaining array. So if it is 123, it becomes 124. If it is 43321, it becomes 4332. What we have to do is we have to just increase this integer by 1 and return it in the form of an array again, as it was represented in the input. So this is what we have to do. It is very simple, like this, but the catch is when the number is 9. So when we have a number 9, when we add 1 to 9, it has a carry that goes to a number that is ahead of that number, right? So when it is 9, we will get 10. So we have to put 0 in that number's position and put 1 in front of it. So that is what we have to do. So let us get started. Let's start by taking a small example. Let us take a number 999. So we have to output for this number, we'll have to return 1000, because that is what we get when we add a number 1 to this array, right? So to this number, let us not consider this is an array, it represents a number. So when we do that, first of all, let us find out the length of the input array digits. Now what we have to do is we have to loop through each digit in the array, in the input array. So what we have to do is 1 minus 1 minus 1 comma minus 1. When we do this, we will loop through each element in the array. So for example, if this is the input array, the length of this array is 3. That means here I will range from 2 to 0, and that is exactly what we want, because the indices will be 0, 1 and 2, and we always loop through indices in through the index in an array, right? So that is what we're doing here. Now what we do is we check digits if we check if digits of I is less than 9. So if it is less than 9, what we have to do is we have to simply increase the value of that digit to 1. When we have 9, when we encounter 9, we have, but this is if we encounter a number, for example, if we have 2 3 4, we have to increase the last element by 1, and after that what we have to do is we have to return the array as it is, just by increasing this number, right? So when we do that, we have to just now return, after we do that, we just return digits as our answer here. But the catch is when there is a number 9. So for that number, what we do is we will insert 0 in that position, as we explained here. When we encounter 9, in the same position of that, we will insert 0, and we will pass a carry that is 1 to the number that is before that. So we will pass this carry to this number. So for this, let us not look for this digit now. So here what we're doing is we're simply replacing 9 with 0, right? And after that, what we are doing is we will return 1 plus digits. Now what this is doing is, here this is a loop that runs through each digit, right? So what this does is, if you have if your array is 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0, and if you do 1 plus 0 comma 0 comma, if you carry out this instruction which is right here, what we get is 1 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0. So it adds a number 1 in front of the array and returns a new list like this. This is what this one is supposed to do. But now what we're doing is we simply added this 0 to this position, right? So let me explain in detail what happens in each loop. For example, for this number which is 999, for 999, what happens is, for the first 9, for this number, in the first loop the value becomes 9 comma 9 comma 0, because this will be replaced with 0, and then it will go for the next loop, because the loop will run from 2 to 0, right? Because the digits is of length 3, so it will loop from 2 to 0. For second index, which is 0, this will become 0, and then we will move to this number. So again it will check if it is less than 9, which is not true, so it will go and also make this number to 0. It will also convert this to 0, and then it will come to this position. When it comes to this position in the last loop, this is also less than 9, so it will become 0. So this loop will complete, and after, when this loop completes, it will return to this statement, and what happens is it adds 1 to this array to finally return 1000 as we need it. So this is how we solve this problem. So when we run this, we run into an error. So it is not incrementing here. So the problem could be in this. We are just adding a number, but I think this is what we need to do. Plus equals 1. I guess this should work now. So there we go. It is accepted. Now let us submit this. So our problem is solved. So this is how we solve this problem. Bye bye for now. Keep coding and see you in the next one.